Hi everybody, welcome to the DRF Breeding Report. I'm Dan Illman along with Nicole Russo, and we are at the halfway point of the marathon Keeneland November sale. Nicole, we're going to put up a graphic right now, some quick facts and figures at the midway point of this sale. Kind of a mixed bag, gross down 3%, average down 5%, median up 7%, and some good news, the buyback rate 26% compared to 31% last year. I think there's a very strong middle market here, and I think that's going to bode well for this sale as the days pile up.
Oh, definitely. Very much so. As we noted, the overall figures are a little bit of a mixed bag compared to the sale at this point in 2016. But that improved median and that improved buyback rate, I think, are definitely indicators of a good middle market, that it's not just, horses who sold at the top fueling high averages or anything, that these horses moving down through this sale, which tests the market at all levels, are also getting sold. And, that's borne out by books 2 and 3, which we just completed over the weekend. Both of those showed good gains across the board. So as we moved into these middle markets of the sale, I think trade is definitely strong.
Before we get into book 2 and book 3, we have to look at one of the stars of the entire sale. It's Stellar Wind. She, of course, sold in book 1. We see her in the ring right now. She sells for $6 million. It appears Coolmore has another great mare.
Yeah, and Coolmore was busy at these mixed sales. As we discussed last week, they went to $8 million to purchase Pepin, who will be joining their Irish broodmare band to be bred to Galileo. And now Stellar Wind, who they've purchased for their Kentucky broodmare band, she'll be visiting Triple Crown winner American Pharoah next year for her first foal. As we'll discuss in a minute, his first foals have really knocked it out of the park in their debut in the sale rings at Fasig-Tipton and Keeneland. It's so interesting. Stellar Wind is by Curlin. She's from a very good immediate family that includes Grade 1 winners like More Spirit and Great Hunter. But if you go further back in her pedigree, she actually shares some common ancestry with Pepin. So I found it very interesting that Coolmore went to such high figures to acquire both these mares.
Wonderful, a combination of pedigree and performance with the $6 million mare, Stellar Wind. Book 2, we had Fools in Love, sell for $1 million. She's a not-for-love mare in foal to Speightstown, and boy, she's been so productive so far.
Yeah, she's already a multiple stakes producer, led by a very exciting current European juvenile in Seahenge, who is a Group 2 winner, Group 1 placed in the Dewhurst, one of the top events over there. And Fools in Love, one of a pair of 7-figure mares this week at Keeneland for broodmare sire Not for Love. Of course, you know him as the broodmare sire of horses like California Chrome. And his mares in foal have really knocked it out of the park at Keeneland November. Also the sire of another 7-figure multiple stakes producer in For Royalty, the dam of Grade 1 winner Constellation. He's averaging over $860,000 with his broodmares at Keeneland November.
Not only has Fools in Love produced the aforementioned Seahenge, also stakes placed Frank's Folly, Grade 3 placed Urban Bourbon. She is kin to International Star, a good horse on dirt, solid on the turf as well. First crop sires, as we've talked about on the breeding report in past weeks, are a really exciting topic of conversation at these sales, led by American Pharoah. We're going to take a look at American Pharoah, completing just an unbelievable career in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But this colt in book 2 out of JZ Warrior sold for $575,000. And I remember this family very, very well. Speed, speed, speed.
Yeah, and this is a stakes-performing mare herself, the JZ Warrior, very quick, as you mentioned, and as you could expect, American Pharoah's first book of mares was just littered with stakes performers, stakes producers, terrific mares, and combining his race record and stallion potential from the Unbridled line and the performances of these mares has created these weanlings who, as we've discussed, are just so athletic and turning so many heads on the sale grounds. This one that we're discussing now, the top weanling of book 2, American Pharoah, averaging over $460,000 with his first weanlings to auction. A really exciting start in this next chapter chapter of his stud career.
And this colt, a beautiful combination of stamina and class over speed and class. Book 3's Weanlings were led by a Lee filly, and a lot of folks remember Lee for winning the Don Handicap. We're going to take a look at that performance right now. Lee got very, very good for Bill Mott. He actually set the track record in winning the Don at 9 furlongs. And this filly just has a really classy performance. The dam's kin to 3 good stakes winners.
Yeah, and Lee, I think, is so interesting because he was so versatile, obviously showed speed, that he could carry a distance, a grade 1 winner on dirt, a grade 3 winner on multiple grade 1 placed on turf, and just we've got a really deep group of first crop weanling sires this year. Lee drawing a lot of attention, foals by Carpe Diem, Honor Code selling so well at these sales. Bayern has had some high-priced weanlings as we move into books 2 and 3 at Keeneland. I think that middle market that we've discussed really, being fueled in part by the demand for these young horses. We're coming off a strong yearling sale season that I think has given people confidence as these pinhookers are looking for their prospects to resell next year in a good market, and, just a lot of exciting young stallions at this point.
A real versatile pedigree with this filly as well. The dam, a half-sister to a multiple grade 1 place turf runner in Well Moneyed and a grade 1 place dirt sprinter, an economic model. So this filly should prove to be very versatile. It's been a fun sale overall with some classy mares, some exciting first crop sires. And Nicole and I will be back next week to discuss the Facing Tipton, the Keeneland November sale in greater detail next week.